All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
Get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
What's going on, ASAP family? Everybody, thank y'all for watching this another episode of Red Kingdom. I'm your host Greg with my co-host RJ.
What's up, everybody out there?
What's going on? How's your day going, RJ? Everything good?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Got up early, mowed the line, regular Saturday stuff.
All right. Yeah, regular Saturday stuff. You're right. You're right on that. But we have a special guest with us today. I'm going to give her a big intro, okay? So with us, she's the host of her own radio show, Sports by the Numbers, on 9:30 a.m. in San Antonio. And she's also a co-host of Sports Sensays on the ASAP Network. And I could have thought of no one else better to come on Red Kingdom and talk about the Chiefs schedule than with sis Jenaia Nicole.
Hello. Guys,
Hello.
for having me. I mean, I think this is the best show on ASAP because we're talking about the best team in the NFL, right?
Yes.
That's what we do. So I'm excited to talk about my team, your guys' team. You get to live in Kansas City, enjoy all that. I have been to a Chiefs game. I have been to Arrowhead. Amazing.
It's electric.
Love it. And so I'm just ready to get into that. Yeah, it is.
Yes. So welcome to the show, Jenaia. We appreciate you being here. The schedule came out.
Woo!
And the Chiefs have the toughest first 8 games in like NFL history. And, so let me first start. I will say the games I have circled. Anybody that knows me, October 2nd at Tampa, that's double circled. And December 4th at Cincinnati, that's triple circled.
Uh-oh.
Those 2 games are personal to me. All right. I know it's other Chiefs fans that feel the same. Like, those 2 games are personal. So let's start with you, Jay. Ladies first. What were your thoughts when the schedule first came out? And the games that you're looking forward to?
I looked at the schedule like, are y'all serious right now? Are y'all just gonna throw all the? And I mean, my team's my team, so of course we believe they can win every game. But y'all just gonna really give us the toughest schedule in the league to like ever, basically, right? I've always believed my Chiefs can get it done, but this is definitely, like you said, the Bucs game, the Chiefs and Bucs, that's always personal. I was hoping last year to see a rematch of the Super Bowl. I really was. I was hoping we were going to get back, Bucs were going to get back, and Chiefs were going to handle business. So, okay, maybe that's coming up in this new year. But yeah, definitely have that game circled. Definitely very personal. And then, of course, the Bengals game, right? Like, I don't know what happened last season in that game. I felt like Patrick was just in his head, you know what I mean? Because he didn't, do what Patrick do. We saw how he dismantled the Bills. You can't leave him no time on the clock. You can't leave him no seconds, no. And then Bengals, we just didn't play Chiefs football, so those games are especially popular. But why do we? I mean, even though this is later in the season, how come December we start off and don't get no home games for the first 3? Like, what's really going on with us? Why were they like, hey, we about to give you the hardest? I don't understand. They don't like us in the NFL. What is they doing to us? But I was definitely shocked to see the schedule for sure.
Yeah, December they did us no favors. It's 3 great road games, and then one home game, and then 2 home games, and then at Vegas to end the season. So
yeah,
no favors. I mean, we'll blow out Houston. I'm not worried about that one, but still they didn't give us any favors on that one. RJ, what were your thoughts on the schedule and games you're looking forward to?
To be the best, you got to beat the best. So I respect the schedule makers, and I respect them bringing, all of the tough games to the schedule. It's just like, when you're at the top, it's like, well, we're watching our division get better. So that's a lot of the problem of the schedule. A lot of the strength of the schedule is the AFC West and the AFC in general. So I see a lot of people panicking a lot, but I think it's all in good fun because, I don't think the NFL is going to have a season where there's one team in the pinnacle that's just blowing everybody out. I think we're going to see good, tough matches every Saturday and Sunday, Monday, whatever. Yeah. So I'm excited. I see at least 12 wins when I look at that schedule.
Yeah, I was thinking too. 12. Yeah,
about 12 wins.
About 12. Yeah. Jay, you got how many wins you got for the Chiefs?
And I'm looking at it again. Hey, let's give us. You know what? Let's go bigger. Let's go 14. Can I be?
Okay. All right.
Can I go 14? Really go lose 3 times? I think the height of this schedule and the Chiefs knowing what they're up against, and we had that slow start last year, right? 3 or 4. I think they're going to come back with the vengeance, and we could really take care of business. Let's put these really good teams to the test and show us what Chiefs, football is. So I'm gonna jump out there with something, but I believe in my team. I'm gonna say 14 wins. 14 wins. Let's go for it.
Okay, I like that. I like that. 14. Chris, what's up, Chris? NFL done the Chiefs wrong. Yeah, them first 8.
They always have though since the inception of the the NFL.
Oh yeah.
They always have. Chiefs has never been a favorite as far as the the owners and the other teams.
And I don't know why, because the Hunt family is nice to everybody.
Right.
So I'm like, what's the beef? So
it's kind of a small market team.
Yeah.
But we pull off big market things, just like the first Super Bowl, the 4th Super Bowl. We've kind of always been in the thick of things. You think of football, you definitely think of Packers, Chiefs, Colts, Cowboys. It's just those certain teams, Bears, that's always been there.
Yeah.
So, it's time that the Chiefs get their just due, and a tough schedule. That's the only way for the Chiefs to make national believers out of all these, the ESPN analysts that only talk about the Chiefs as far as other teams losing to them, but it's never the Chiefs actually winning.
Yeah. True.
The Chiefs could totally flip the narrative this year with this kind of schedule because it leaves no room for doubt.
Yeah, definitely. What's going on, Rob? My man Rob, we play our Bears in the preseason, August 13th. So Chiefs will play the Bears. That's their. Are they only playing one preseason game? Because that's the only one I see on the schedule.
I guess they haven't released the times and dates yet.
Haven't done that one. Okay.
Yeah, they're like to be announced.
Okay. Because I was like, well, that's different. They're only doing one preseason game.
Hey, we know we'd be healthy, but I don't know if we have enough reps in. We'd be healthy though.
Right, yeah.
We got a young squad. We be healthy.
Yeah.
We need the reps. We need the reps though.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Let me get to this comment. What's up, Tam? What's up, sis? Because Hunt went against the other billionaires who formed the NFL and formed the AFC. Yeah, that might be part of it. They didn't want him to. They said that market was too small and no money in it. He's been blackballed, and so has his legacy for years. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Kansas City always had an uphill battle.
Yeah, when that first happened, so when the AFL and NFL came together and they were the NFL didn't really want that for real. The NFL side.
Right.
No, that's the AFL. AFL stay over there. But when they lost those 2 Super Bowls, Jets beat the Colts, back in the day, Super Bowl III, and then all that happened. It's like, okay, we need to merge because the AFL is actually good.
Right.
And then Mr. Hunt was a big part of that, and so that is part of the beef.
Mm-hmm.
Past beef.
Yeah.
Past beef. So Jay, we look at this schedule. So let's start with the first four games first.
Okay.
So this is showing how old I am. I almost said Phoenix, Lord. Because I'm old enough to remember when they were Phoenix Cardinals. Okay, so Arizona Cardinals, and then we have the Chargers at home. The second week, that's the short week. That's a Thursday night home opener at Indy, and then at Tampa Bay. So,
yeah.
How do you see those first 4 games?
I mean, so Cardinals, right? At the beginning of the season, they always show some signs of life, or that they're good, or that they're gonna be good, and then they kind of like flame out. So we have Patrick Mahomes at the helm, right? I'm never really worried. I don't think the Cardinals have enough to stop him. If we can put up points when our offense is red hot and fiery, there's no stopping us. And I just don't think the Cardinals defense has enough for us. I think we definitely walk away in that game. It might be a little closer than I would like it to be, but I definitely think that's a win. That's a W right there. That's a W for sure. Chargers. Oh man, they could kind of sneak up on you. Like you've seen them last season, you know what I mean? Doing what they do. And I mean, it's still to me, it's still gonna walk away from a win, but they are that like sleeper team you really gotta look for and see what they're gonna do. Chiefs Colts game, of course. Ooh, but no, we're walking away with that too. There's of course there's these 4 games besides the Bucks. I will be honest, right? We go back to the Super Bowl, and that could end up being one of our losses for sure. I mean, you got Tom Brady back, right? You got Tom Brady back, and when you got the GOAT going against what I like to call Patrick Mahomes, the future GOAT. Okay, future GOAT. We can't call him the GOAT yet, but the future GOAT.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that matchup's always a tough one. I feel like the Chiefs definitely want to redeem themselves, right? That nobody expected that Super Bowl, that score to be like that. We expected it to be a close game for sure. Patrick was running for his life. Our offensive line was horrible. They had to remove those positions out. It just threw off the whole thing. So I definitely think that will be a close one. I still think we're walking away with the win from that, but that's I'm gonna be honest. That could be our loss. That could be our loss because I'm going with 14 wins, and I think the Bucks. I'm gonna be honest. That could be our first loss.
Okay, so you
first.
So you see 3-1 to start out the season.
3-1 in his first 4, yes.
Okay, RJ, the first 4 games. Where do you see the Chiefs' record at?
Considering that we can run the ball and throw the ball and defend, I'm gonna say 4-0. I'm gonna say we can run those first 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It's a good measuring stick though, for sure.
Offense. Yeah. With now that the Chiefs have a running back that can actually pound, get those yards.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna start seeing a lot of play action, and you might start seeing some bootlegs, and it's gonna catch some teams off guard. So they'll be like, they running bootlegs, like because the Chiefs haven't really been doing that.
Definitely open that playbook up.
Yeah, it's gonna start opening it up. Yeah, to different things. So, the Cardinals game. DeAndre Hopkins, he's not going to play for the. He is out for those first six games for testing positive for the performance enhancing drugs. So I count that as a win. The Chargers. The hard part about that game is it's going to be on a short week. It's on a Thursday, so those are always kind of hard. I hate that. Even though we're traveling back home, anytime you got to travel on that Thursday night is, kind of hard.
Right. And I knew we would have an uptick in our amount of nationally televised games, and that always creates a crazy off week.
Yeah, we got 5 of them. Yeah,
I knew it because we get more recognition as a powerhouse now, so they throw in those nationally televised spots.
Yeah,
which messes up the practice schedule for the next week.
Yes, I can see the Chiefs going 3-1, but the game that lost will surprise you. That I'm thinking of that Colts game. This is what makes it tricky. Since even before Spags got here, our defense hasn't been good at stopping the run. They got Jonathan Taylor. Who's the best running back in football.
Yeah.
And the Colts, the last time we played them, we didn't play them last year, but the year before, when they came here, they ran the ball, they were physical, their defense was physical, and they physically whooped the Kansas City Chiefs that night here. They're probably going to do the same type of formula. That's the game where I'm a little bit shaky on. The Tampa game, they're going to be so hyped for that one. I feel like if things go right, early in that game, the Chiefs could potentially blow them out because it's only 3 that's left from that team. Pat, Chris, Kelsey. I'm trying to think who else. Hardman is still here. So the guys that are here that went through that Super Bowl 55 loss, they're going to be ready. And Patrick Mahomes has had to hear, which is, the right thing. Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's better than you. He's got 7 Super Bowls, da-da-da-da-da. When you feel like you're the best or you feel like you're equal to somebody, you get tired of people saying this person is better.
Comparison.
Yeah. And then you lose that game and you got to go back home to your wife and your wife is going to get on you. Because, Brittany looks like that type of wife. I'm just I'm not throwing no shade. I'm just saying. So Patrick's going to be extra hyped for this one. And that's secondary for Tampa, especially in that playoff game when they lost to the Rams. You saw they're not that solid. Now, we'll see how it is this year. So, but I feel like the Chiefs can win that game. So the Colts game is the tricky one of that.
I'm glad we hired some hitters. I hope they can get in there and contribute for us early and often, because we definitely hired some hitters.
Yeah. We got some
middle linebackers, safeties.
Yep. So if we can definitely get pressure on Brady, have him start, kind of like tap dancing back there, and
Ain't getting antsy.
yeah, starts getting scared that he's, gonna be knocked out the game and something, So I like the Chiefs in that matchup with Tampa. Yeah, I can't wait either, Rob. Can't wait for that Brady Mahomes matchup. That Chargers Chiefs game going to be great. AFC West is tough. Yes, it is. It is. Says hit, rap, and drive. Yes. Our linebackers and our safeties. What Sis said, hit, rap, and drive.
Right. Fundamental.
Do that. And Mike, what's up, Mike? What's going on? Bear down, yeah. Chi-town Mike.
But, there he goes.
Yeah. Bear down. The Bears will be better. The Bears will be better. But yeah, they'll be better.
They'll be better. That's weird. I'm from Chicago. I'm like, and I'm
but yeah, shout out Mike doing big things out here.
Yes.
So that's the first four. The next four of the heart. All right. Vegas at home. That's a Monday night. Bills at home. They're going to be extra ticked off.
Oh, yeah.
The same hate that we have as fans towards Bengals, Bills fans have that same hate towards us. So that's going to be a very good game.
Yes.
At San Fran, they're always physical, and then Tennessee at home. So, Jay, where you see those next four games?
Okay. Look, Raiders. I just feel like Patrick Mahomes has Carr's number. He just does. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? To be honest, I never fear the Raiders. I just feel like we have their number. That's okay, cool. Let's go ahead and walk over them. The Bills, like we said, Josh Allen and the Bills they're gonna bring it. They are definitely gonna bring it, even though we're gonna be at home. I think Josh Allen, the chip on his shoulder, that game scares me. Not gonna lie, that game definitely scares me. So that I'm 50-50 on that. Could be. I mean, and I went high saying that they're going to get 14 wins because I believe in my Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I think that, like I said, I think there's even a chip of having that slow start. We expect them to be good every single year to come out, and so I know that's not what they wanted from last year, and plus the way the season ended. So I really do think they're going to come with a vengeance. But this Bills game definitely worries me. Josh Allen has that chip on his shoulder. And I've been kind of a Josh Allen hater. As I've said, I've criticized him saying, like, yeah, he's really great, but I don't know if he's ready for the big moment, right? And the show that he put on against us, right? Like, he definitely showed me he was ready for the big moment. But you not Patrick Mahomes. You just not the man. And so I'm sorry. You can't leave us so talking about it like that. Man. That should have been the AFC Championship game, right? Like, that game was just one for the books. And but I'm gonna say Chiefs. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close one, but I think we're gonna go ahead and pull that out because we're at home. 49ers. 49ers who, I mean, they do have people, but I just feel like they're too suspect. Like, I don't know if I can ever, if they're good, they're not. I don't know how they made it all the way as far as they did last year. I think Jimmy was just trying to save the job, but he's gone. So I don't know. I think they're a fluky team. I think they're good. They maybe got some wins that they just kind of pulled off randomly. So I definitely think that's a win for sure. Now, Titans Chief, right? And I know everybody was like, oh, it's Titans gonna handle. having Derrick Henry back last year, and don't get me wrong, the talent that he was, right? But you saw them, you know what I mean? Not everybody was like, hey, they're gonna go ahead and win this, and then they didn't. So I'm saying the Chiefs pull that out too. I'm saying the Chiefs pull that out against the Titans. So I think they can win all 4 of these games. I think the Bills Chiefs game is going to be the tightest, and the Titans and the Chiefs as well. But I think we're at home. I think we pull those games off.
Okay. All right. Those. How do you see those 4 games going?
Okay, the Raiders game. Definitely giving that to the Chiefs. Home game. It's going to be close, of course, but we're not counting moral victories. You know what I mean? Another thing is it me or is the Chiefs getting to a point of, I would say, excellence, because we got a Super Bowl and another appearance. So it's like, are they getting to the point where more than one team on the schedule have like rivalry implications? Yeah. Like the Raiders week's a rivalry week, Raider hater week. Yep. The Bills is like an up and coming rivalry because of the instant classic of that game was. That's like a rivalry now.
Yeah.
The Titans always have some kind of like back and forth going on during the Titans week.
Yep.
So it's like Tampa, that's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It just seems like a lot of teams have like rivalry implications, but that's another subject. So Raiders at home, definitely got that. Bills at home, I'm giving that to the Chiefs. San Fran, Titans, definitely giving those to the Chiefs as well, because I'm just seeing the offseason acquisitions that these teams made, which they got better, but I'm comparing them to the acquisitions that the Chiefs made, plus the Chiefs coaching staff. See, a lot of these teams' coaching staffs are suspect.
Yes.
So, and you know what I mean? So, I like Carr as a person, but as a quarterback, so if he played for another team, I'd be a fan. But I can't do nothing with him when he played for the Raiders. And he just, like, the Raiders are a doormat to Kansas City, like, since I can remember.
Yep.
Since like going back to like the late 90s, maybe.
Oh yeah, always.
So as far as the rest of them, the Bills, San Fran, Titans, I see another 4-0 run right there.
Ooh. Okay. All right. I like that. I see them winning all 4 of those as well. I never trust Derek Carr. So pride, I don't trust Derek Carr. I'm sorry. Then the Bills game. That is a rivalry. It reminds me kind of when Brady and Peyton would go at it when it was Colts and Patriots, you know, back in that day. So it's here. They'll be extra motivated. But it's like Jay said, we got Patrick Mahomes and they don't.
Yeah.
And as good as Josh Allen is, he might end up being the Peyton Manning of his era. What I mean by that is he will have the numbers and the wins. He might even win a Super Bowl. But he'll never be looked at as greater than Patrick Mahomes. Just like Peyton Manning's Peyton Manning's great. He's Hall of Famer. But we never look at him as greater than Brady. You see? So that's with San Fran. It's about their defense. Their defense carried them to the NFC Championship last year. Jimmy G always does something stupid. So in that game, even though it'll be a close one, Jimmy G will do those 1 or 2 dumb things, and that'll make the Chiefs be able to win that football game. With Tennessee, we got blown out by them last season. That was the worst game of Patrick Mahomes' career. That one last year, the 27-3 loss. Everybody sucked pretty much in that game.
Yeah, it was no answer for that one. It was like nobody figured out why we were so flat that day.
Offense was horrible, defense was horrible, special teams, it was all bad.
Yeah.
So this one, my thing with Ryan Tannehill is he can win regular season games and all that, but as we've seen past 2 years, he can't win that big postseason game. And this isn't the playoffs, but this will be a big Sunday night game here. The fans are going to be extra loud and have some extra drink in them. Have some drink, and so I feel like, and then Ryan Tannehill again. If you're going to beat the Chiefs, either your defense has to play the greatest game ever, or your quarterback has to be at the level of Patrick Mahomes or a little bit above. Ryan Tannehill is neither.
Yeah.
So that's where I have the Chiefs winning that one. So
he would need 350 yards and no interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does that, then me and Spaz gonna have a talk.
Right.
Right. And I've said some harsh stuff about Spaz, especially when they started off the season the way they did last year. But that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be kind to him on that one. So, all right. So we have, I think, I have them winning those four. So 7-1 to start the first half. Jay, I think you have 7-1.
Mm-hmm.
Also, RJ, I think you have 8-0.
8-0 so far. Yeah.
8-0. Okay. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll get to the second half of the season.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we're making a place. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so type the laces. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Jenaia, man. Fucking with ASAP Sports Network, man. Tune in, stay logged in, stay mouthed in. You dig? Yuck mouth. Yada da. Boy! Jenaia.
All right. Got that in there. So, hey, we had to get some promos in there. We got Yuck Mouse did his thing right there. All right.
Gotta pay the bills, yeah.
Anybody that was offended by them first couple words, I'm sorry, I didn't know that was in there. So, going to the second half now of the
shout out to Yuck Mouth.
Shout out Yuck Mouth. Yes. Yeah. So now the next four we have Jacksonville at home and then at the Chargers. Rams at home, then at Cincy, and then at Denver. So Jay, where you see those next four?
So the Chiefs are basically going to walk all over the Jags. Like, is this just a gimme? Should we even play that game? I mean, but we do have to play that game. But that's a win. That's a win against them, right? Now we rematched with the Chargers. So of course I said they're gonna beat them in the first half of the season. And now the Chargers are at home. So they're like, look. So I definitely think that'll be a good game. That'll be a tense game, but I think we'll still walk away with the win. Okay. So those two games, okay. But here goes this November swing. So look, it is December 4. Here we go. Rams, right? Oh, Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. Look. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Super Bowl champs, right? And I'm gonna just sit here and say again, me. I was a Matthew Stafford. I won't say hater. I just thought he was washed. I was like, you spent 12 seasons in Detroit, no playoff wins, right? 0-3. Then you come to the Rams, and now your playoff record is 3-3, right? After 12 seasons, and I mean. He pulled a Tom Brady, right? He left the team, came to his team, won the Super Bowl in the first season. And I'm going to say that's only because the Chiefs weren't in there. You know, they let the Bengals sneak in. And we knew Joe Burrows and the Bengals weren't ready for the moment. So Rams went away with that. And they were at home, right? But, I mean, I think, you know, the Rams want to show that this was not a fluke, right? This was not a fluke when we were Super Bowl champions. And I think they're definitely going to play the Chiefs very, very hard. I think this will be a really good game. And I think we could see it. I think we're at home, though. So hold on. I just this one could be close. This one I think will be close because I think the Rams definitely want to make a statement on who they're beating. Right, Chiefs are the best. I think, like I said, I think this could have been the Super Bowl last year. I don't know. Will they upset them at home? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna say Rams. I'm gonna throw out a score. Should I say?
Yeah.
Should I say 30?
No, you can't.
31-30. Like really that close, that tight. I mean, I know it's a random score, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'll get to the 30s, and the Rams might pull it off. Pull this one at home because I think they want to let the Chiefs know, hey, we Super Bowl because we're just as good as you. You've been in the mix this whole time, but our win last year wasn't a fluke. Then moving over to the Chiefs Bengals game, right? And we're in Cincy, so. But man, the Chiefs, right? That chip on their shoulder, like I said, the reason I love Patrick Mahomes so much is that he never is in his head, right? One bad play, he gets back out there, boom. And I love that about him, right? And I just saw him, in that game just be too much in his head, make just mistakes that he wouldn't usually make. You know what I mean? That to me, that was our game to lose. You know what I mean? It wasn't that the Bengals were so great they beat us. We lost that for ourselves. So I definitely think, Chiefs are coming. But the Bengals are like, look, hey, we went against you toe-to-toe last year. And, we stepped in and we walked away and went to the Super Bowl and left you guys, sad. So, man, Joey Cool. And I'm a fan of Joey Cool. But you know what? I say Chiefs win that one, too. I'm going to say it's not going to be a shoot. I'm gonna say 21-17 Chiefs on that one. So I'm gonna go at these 4 games. I'm gonna say the Rams upset the Chiefs at home because they're Super Bowl champions. But I'm gonna say Chiefs pull out that Bengals game in Cincy.
Okay. All right, RJ, how you see those 4 games?
And what's that lineup? Jacksonville
at home, then at the Chargers, then Rams at home, and then at Cincy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville win. Chargers. I think we might split the season with the Chargers.
Okay.
The Rams. That's going to be a really tough game, but I'm thinking we'll take that one as well. And what was the 4th one?
At the Bengals.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one too. But hopefully, they don't mess with my blood pressure too much with that game going into overtimes. You know what I'm saying? So I think we'll get that one though. Even if it takes a couple overtimes, I think we'll get that one as well. So I'm saying 3-1 when we split the season with the Chargers.
Okay. Yeah, I have them going 3-1 in that sequence too. I had them losing at the Chargers, but they're gonna beat Jacksonville. they better not lose that game.
Right.
If
They
they
should
lose
win
that game, boy, that'll be the highest rated Red Kingdom show the following Saturday because
that.
I'm gonna be highly upset that
Right.
week. So and then have them lose to the Chargers. The Rams, Freddie, y'all are losing that game. I'm letting you know. Losing that game, Freddie. And then at Cincy, payback time, man. It was those two losses to them. They hurt the most out of all the rest of the losses that happened last year. And wasn't just because we lost the game, it's how it happened both times.
Mm-hmm.
And so in the same situation, so remember last year we played up there. It was 3rd and 23, and then Steve Spagnuolo lost his mind and did an all-out blitz. And, Jamar Chase got the first, and I'm like, who? That's like going engage 8 on Madden on 3rd and 23. It's like engage 8. We about to get
Right.
It's like, no, just play the zone, tackle them. They're gonna kick the field goal. Okay, that's fine.
Right. Keep the people in front of you. Try
Keep
to.
them in front.
Try
And
to.
I didn't like the excuse though during the week after that was, well, we didn't want them getting a field goal range, so we did this.
Right.
3 is better than 7. I mean, I'm crazy, right? So, and you got Patrick Mahomes, so what we worried about them getting a field goal range for?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have them 3-1 in that season.
3-1 for that stretch
as well. Yes. So the last 5 games at Denver. That'll be a Sunday nighter in December. Who knows what the weather's going to be like?
Sure.
At Denver, it could be a whole blizzard. Who knows?
Right.
At Houston, Seattle is here on Christmas Eve. And then play Denver again here at home on New Year's Day.
Which is weird.
Yeah. It's going to be odd seeing NFL on New Year's Day. I'm used to seeing, Rose Bowl and Cotton Bowl and all that on New Year's Day. So, and then the Raiders to end it, to end the season. So those 5 games, Jay, how do you see those going?
Okay, so this is it. So I'm going to go, because I said there were 14 wins. So I get so far what? I said I lost to the Rams in up front. I said I think that the Bucks I was gonna be the last. So they gotta take a 3rd loss here. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I'm gonna go with my man Russell Wilson upsetting the Chiefs. Russell Wilson, he is now a Bronco. I know, right? But I'm gonna go with him upsetting the Chiefs at home. I'm gonna think they're gonna take their 3rd loss, something we wouldn't expect. But I think Russell Wilson's gonna have just like new life on this team, and I'm gonna be watching the Broncos to see what they do. But yeah, I think they go ahead and upset the Chiefs. I think it's just something we don't expect, and I think Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson, and he came out the gate, being hot, as a young quarterback, rookie quarterback, winning the Super Bowl, So I think like he sees Patrick and he's like, hey, you came out the gate hot like me, and I think he's definitely gonna give him a run for his money. Texans, Chiefs. Yes, sorry, Texans. Who are you? I don't know. I mean, I worked for the Texans for a little bit. They're a cool organization, but we gonna handle it. Seahawks. Yeah, just I'm not worried about Seahawks. You don't have Russell Wilson anymore, so that's the win. We're at home. Of course, now Chiefs go back home, right? Broncos come see us, and so we handle business because we're not gonna, we split the series. We're not gonna let them beat us at home. And then although we go into LA, Chiefs will handle the Raiders as they always do.
I like that. RJ, how do you see those final 5 games?
Let me see. And I'm definitely gonna have to redo my originals records for the year because I don't see as many losses in that. Now that I'm separating it, into
Right,
segments.
y'all said 12 wins. Y'all give
now that I'm separating it into little quads, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking about the weather, and I'm thinking
the
about
weather,
the season. I'm thinking about everything with that. It's like, okay, Denver, Chiefs, got that. Houston, we got that.
Yep.
Seattle, we got that. Denver, I think we might split that. Because our toughest games are right there in our own backyard. AFC West, that is our toughest game.
Yeah.
But through the rest of our conference beating up on each other, we're still gonna win the conference. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody's getting out of this unscathed as far as the AFC West goes. Yeah. And I say we split with Denver, and I can't give the Raiders no wins. So. I can't give the Raiders no wins.
We can't.
I don't care what analytics, statistics, trades. I don't care. Can't get the Raiders no wins.
No wins.
None.
But yeah, I'm gonna say 4-1 on their last stretch.
Okay, so that would end. So Jay, you had them at 14-3, right?
Yeah, and so I gave them 3 losses in this. I gave them the Broncos, the Rams, and the Bucks. Those were my 3 losses.
Okay, and then RJ, are you sticking with the 12 wins, or are we up to 14 now?
I'll say somewhere in the 13 range.
13. Okay.
13 range.
Okay. Yeah.
Give or take an overtime loss, give or take an untimely injury. Say the 13.
Okay. I have them. I only see 3 losses on here, unless something goes wrong like it did last season. To start off with, but that Denver game, so the first one, when they go at Denver, depending on how the Broncos season is going, that could be for them to stay in the hunt, or so that'll be a very tough game. It's going to be cold, and Mile High, as always. Before we got on this winning streak of beating the crap out of the
back when it was Elway.
Donkeys, back during the 90s and the 2000s, Mile High was a house of horrors.
Yeah.
For Chiefs Kingdom, John Elway and all that, whatever could go wrong would go wrong at Mile High for all those years. So that's always a tough place to play. If you have asthma and things like that, because of the air there is thin.
Yeah, the high altitude.
Yeah, that's what makes it hard. So I could see the Chiefs losing that game, kind of going back to how it used to be. We would lose up there, and then we would beat them here. So kind of going back to that. Houston, that's a win. If not, we're going to have the highest ratings again that Saturday. Be very upset by that time, because now we have towards the end of the season. So, Seattle at home, that should be a win. Denver at home, that should be a win. And then at the Raiders, depending on where the things are lined up, Raiders might be sitting their starters, and however, wherever their standing is at that time. But even if they did play their starters, I still see the Chiefs winning that one. So I have 14-3. So the losses would be the Colts, the Chargers, the second Chargers game at the Chargers, and then at Denver, with 50-50 on the Rams. I still think we're going to beat them.
Yeah.
50-50 on that one. So 14-3 is what I'm going to stick with. that should be enough to get the number 1 seed.
Yeah, because everybody else is going to be battle tested as well and beat up, bruised up.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that being the case, so let's stick with that. So 14-3.
Okay.
Jay, what are your thoughts of? Because I feel like teams in the AFC, they built these super teams to beat Patrick Mahomes. And the Bills, they got Von Miller, and Raiders, they got Devontae Adams, and the Chargers got every good defensive player on earth. And so it's like, so everybody built the super team pretty much. And the Chiefs went through the draft, and Brett Veach nailed his draft. So what are your thoughts on how the AFC basically said, look, we're going to do this super team thing to try to knock, the Chiefs off?
Yeah, they were like, we have to build the best team so that we can take out the monster called the Chiefs, right? And just as you're seeing the divisions get tougher or to build, they really realize the threat of the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and his energy. So it's gonna be a good season for sure to see if what they did was enough, right? To take out the Chiefs. Of course, we don't believe so. We're diehard Chiefs fans, but it's interesting to see. I'm not. Do I want to say that these teams are scared of Patrick? But they were like, "Hey, we need to compete at this level as the best. So let's go build. Let's go build our teams, right? So we can compete at this level with Patrick Mahomes." They know. I mean, you sign a man for a 10-year contract, and they're like, "Oh man, this is it. He is the real deal." And every other team knows if we don't do everything we can do to build our team, we're gonna be just looking at Chiefs winning over and over and over again. I'm not in these Cinderella stories like the Bengals. Like I said, I do like Joe Burrows, but I'm about seeing a consistent team who's putting that work every season. Be these Cinderella stories. Next season we're gonna be like Bengals too, right? So I'm not worried about any of these other teams, but I like the thought of them being scared enough to go and build their team so that they can be, try to be close to the Chiefs and really try to take Patrick Mahomes out. That lets you know that the Chiefs are feared and that they believe in what they're doing, and they're like, look, we gotta make some major moves in order to be able to compete with the Chiefs. So
yeah, RJ, we talk about it every week about the super team deal, and we always say it doesn't matter because one, we got the best quarterback,
coaching staff,
the best coach, but Brett Veach is the GOAT of GMs.
Yeah,
let's start putting the culture atmosphere. Yeah, he's the GOAT of GMs. So he said, okay, y'all doing super teams. That's good. We gonna go through the draft. I'm gonna get the best corner. All right, I got the best corner, so I'm gonna shut down, Jamar Chase and all them. I'm gonna go ahead and get the best linebacker, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the best pass rusher. So
best DN,
yeah. So now with the draft the way it is, RJ, we got the players now. What's his name? McDuffie Island.
Oh yeah,
McDuffie Island. Yes. So we have the island. We're gonna have a hard hitter, and the other linebacker that we got, his name escapes me right now. I'm sorry. But Leo Chanel. Yes. Yeah, another heavy hitter. Yeah. So
he's a cannonball.
Yeah.
Match that up. So now does Patrick Mahomes has all this winning with a above average to average defense past 4 years. Now imagine if he has a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
Woo.
Looking ugly.
Oh man. Like when I think about it, I get so happy because you're talking like 16-1. You might win them all if you get a
Yeah.
top defense. So that's why I feel like Brett Veach, nationally, he doesn't get a lot of credit.
Yeah.
But he can be a best kept secret right here in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody else, Veach who is he? We never heard of him.
Never.
That's okay. That's okay.
Look, send him back to the minors.
Right.
But I like the way he's bringing in the young guys.
Yeah.
Also have the high IQ, and it's like it's good. Like it's good. I can tell the scouting regimen they use and all of that. I can just tell from the bottom to the top, they're getting the players that they sought after, and that's not an easy thing to do, but he pulled it off. Like, of course, we have our first picks of who we want. That's everybody's first pick of who everybody wants.
Right.
But just beneath the surface, there's a select group of players they have all the tools, all the skills, high IQ, but they're just not the best of the best. They're just right beneath the surface. Those are all the players he brought home to Arrowhead. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, with Patrick coming off the personnel he had around him to this new personnel, they're going to be young. They're going to need reps. But I just see him doing great things just because the type of football players and the type of men they all have this integrity about them to where they're going to be like good locker room guys and they all just want to win.
Yeah.
Everybody we picked up was happy to wear red and gold just because they see the winning culture and the winning nature that the Kansas City brings. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's going to all come together and it's going to be special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different now because you seeing players may get drafted. They are excited to be drafted by the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And it's so different because we went so long being that team. Like, man, I hope the Chiefs don't draft me, boy. Like, I hope they don't get so. It was a long time there where players didn't want to get drafted. Mm-hmm. And Patrick Mahomes, when I said he changed the franchise, it started, with Alex Smith and Andy and all of that.
Yeah.
But Pat took it to the next level now.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like when Johnny Gill joined. Okay, Brown, you gone. Okay, we're gonna bring in Johnny Gill. Good, and then they still made all the hits, right? So it didn't matter. They just it was one guy elevated them to the next level.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. So we definitely love having them here. Micah said, Jenaia, I think Denver going to beat KC. Do you see? Okay, Mike. Do you see them winning both?
A split.
Because one I can see. I don't think we're going to lose to Denver twice.
No. Split for sure.
If we did lose to Denver twice, that is an issue. They do have a good defense. They've had a good defense, the past couple seasons. They just didn't have a quarterback that could throw the ball. So now they have that in Russ.
You know what? I think the Chiefs are going to be good at that nobody's really talking about takeaways. Mm-hmm. I think the Chiefs are going to have takeaways this year, where we struggle to get 3 and outs at times, and we struggle to get fumble recoveries at times, and just the hustle plays.
Yeah,
I think we're going to be on the plus as far as the takeaways. And I also think our special teams is going to be special as well because of like all of these people figure, well, where are we going to put all of these 6'2" and 6'3" cornerbacks? They can't all play at the same time. They can all play kickoff return, punt return. They can all, they can all pretty much play special teams. So I think we're going to have a really talented special teams as well. And that's a part of the game that a lot of people look over. They just assume, well, they'll kick to us, we'll get it, end up at the 20, 25-yard line, start from there. They don't realize that when your punter drops the snap or kicks it out of bounds, you lose so much yardage that way. So we're going to have a lot of great high-level athletes on special teams too, and they all have high IQ.
Yes, they do, and we have the best field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Next to now,
Special teams.
Justin Tucker is Justin Tucker. He never misses either, but
Yeah, he got
Harrison Butker is just as good.
Yeah.
Just as good. So, Jay, I want to ask you this question. I know we're coming up on time, but me and RJ kind of talked about this last week. If the Chiefs season goes left, and it's because of the defense, left to me is either not making the playoffs or making it and getting bounced in the first round. Okay, and the reason would be the defense. Is Spags gone at the end of this season?
He has to be, right? Like he has to. This past season was the hardest to watch because we couldn't stop anything, right? The run, the pass, like everybody's just, and you're like, what is happening here? You're not making the right adjustments. You're not, you know what I mean? Like it was looking real bleak. I can't believe we started 3-4, but our defense was just atrocious. And I'm like, every game I was watching, I was just like, oh my gosh, like we can't, like Patrick's gonna have to score like 50 points in order for us to win a game because like we couldn't stop anything. But when I saw that 8-game winning stretch that we had, that 8 games in a row, and we were holding opponents to 12.9 points a game in that 8-game winning, I was like, we could do this. He made some adjustments, we figured it out, right? But yeah, if it goes left, it's our defense again. He's gone. You have to. You're like, bro, you're not keeping up. Offense can't handle everything. We a team. You know what I mean? Do your job. We doing our job. Yeah, he has to be gone. Like I even think like this, he has to come out the gate this season. You can't have a slow start again because of the defense. You have to come out of the gate this season. But yeah, if we don't get it done on the defensive side of the ball, he has to be gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we talked about it. Every season, the Chiefs' defense starts off slow for some reason, and it's a lot of, oh, I thought you were going to be here. Wasn't he supposed to be there? And I'm like, wait a second. Y'all had practice. We had training camp. We had preseason. Why are we not knowing where we're supposed to be?
And look, never take away the actual personal love for the game that these guys are supposed to have.
Right.
That's the integrity. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So when these things happen, I'm like, all right, is Steve Spagnuolo's defense that complicated to where we're not knowing where we're supposed to be at? And it takes a whole 8 games of a season to finally be like, oh, okay, we know how to do it. Because it seems like after that, they'll play good for like a month and a half. The Chiefs have been the best defense the past month and a half. So how come we can't do this the first half of the year? And
it's
right. And I feel like if they can put 2 good halves of the season together on defense, then this team can not just go to the Super Bowl, but win it all.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go right, he's going to have to go. I know that's Andy's friend, all that. But what's his name before Spags? Bob Sutton was Andy's friend too, and we got him up out of here too.
Mhm. They'll find other jobs.
Yeah. It wasn't even 2 days after that AFC Championship loss to the Patriots, Bob Sutton was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, boy, y'all waited too late. Because we should have won the Super Bowl that year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it would have been a more exciting Super Bowl than what we saw that year. But yeah, I love where this team is going. If they stay healthy, our draft picks, catch on. This team is they're gonna do some damage.
As long as they communicate, Spagnuolo runs those zones, and the zone in theory, you feel like I got this section, you got that section, he got that section, he got that section. It seems easy in theory, but if you don't communicate, then you know what I'm saying, those sections where they overlap, that's where the breakdowns are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you're not playing press man and man to man all over the field, then you gotta play a zone, then you gotta communicate. That's where the IQ of these players is gonna come in at. It's gonna really show.
Yeah, and I feel like the IQ is better now. I know that we lost Honey Badger.
Yeah.
Everybody was, sad about that. How come we couldn't give him the money?
Honey Badger couldn't hit a pothole. I'm glad. He didn't never hit nobody.
Yeah, it was times. Yeah,
he made some good plays, but he never really came up and just made his presence felt.
Yeah,
he was a ball hawk though. He could get to the ball. He just never really punished anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we got a safety in Justin Reed.
Watch how Justin Reed and Brian Cook, watch how they play that position.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping some people.
I'm just hoping they don't come in like flying projectiles and get ejected. You know what I'm saying? they come in to hit. They come in with a reckless abandon. I just hope they don't, you know what I'm saying, they stay within the rules of the game, which I think they will.
And they need that because the Chiefs need safeties like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gotta put some fear out there.
All the wideout talent that's in the AFC.
Yeah,
we need some people where receiver gonna be like, oh boy, that's
when they get alligator arms instead of catching it like this, they try to catch it like this. That's all we need, just to make them think, put a little fear in their heart. That's all we need.
There you go.
I was like, oh, that's just a read. Oh no, whoa, I ain't catch that. But man, it has been such a fun episode.
Yeah, for sure.
It has been so much fun. Jay, I thank you so much for coming on and spending time with us on Red Kingdom.
Yeah, thank you guys for the invite. I need to come back when the season starts so we can get into games and delve into them because man, the excitement. So, but thank you guys so much for the invite. I really appreciate it. Fun talking to real Chiefs fans that live, man. Arrowhead, I love. I gotta get back there. Love the stadium, love the vibe. Great time in Kansas City for sure.
Yes, we have the best barbecue. We have the best tailgate.
There you go.
That's what we have here.
Yeah.
Anybody that is not from here, y'all come. Please go to Gates Barbecue. Gates is where it's at. Don't let nobody tell you none of these other places. No. I'm not shading nobody. I'm just saying Gates.
It's a few other up and comers, but Gates is a staple. Gates is definitely a staple.
It's a staple for sure.
And single game season ticket, single game Chiefs tickets are on sale too right now.
Yes.
So if you and your homeboys or your family want to get out there, now's the time to kind of start looking at those.
Get your tickets. If you work like me on Sundays, get with your boss. Use that PTO. Use that PTO. Say, hey, I got something to do now. I gotta use this PTO now. So that's just something I would do. But, I thank everybody for watching. This has been another episode of Red Kingdom on the ASAP Network. Follow the ASAP Facebook page and also the YouTube page as well for other shows on the network. Make sure you check out Jay and the Sports Senseis. It's Tuesday nights now.
Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.
All right. Yeah, they do a great job. They know everything. All right, those ladies.
Everything. We know everything.
They know everything. So make sure y'all definitely check out the Sports Senseis as well. For Jay, my co-host RJ. Any final thoughts, y'all, before I wrap up?
I don't think so.
No final thought, okay, Jay.
We taking it off. We going back to the Super Bowl.
There it is.
There it is. We going back to the Super Bowl.
There it is.
Kingdom.
Yeah. We all got 14 wins, so that is more than the projected. The NFL and Vegas projected 10.5 wins for the Chiefs. So
right.
Love it.
They don't.
What do they know, right?
Yeah, what do they know? Yeah. Because they had us winning like 11 last year. So
yeah, they don't never believe. They never believe. Ever.
Yeah, they never believe. Yeah, they know. Yeah. But on behalf of Jenaia Nicole and my co-host RJ, I am your host Greg. We'll be off the next 2 Saturdays. Let me put that out there. We're off the next 2 Saturdays. First year wedding anniversary is next weekend. So
congrats.
Enjoy that with
wifey.
Thank you. 1 year, yes. We'll be off for that, and then our following Saturday is the holiday weekend. So we're gonna take a break for 2 weeks. And we'll be back with you guys that first Saturday in June. So have a great rest of the weekend, everyone, and we will see y'all again in 2 weeks. Until then,
be blessed. Go Chiefs.
Be blessed. Go Chiefs.
Chiefs Kingdom.
Whole sports, all plays. Yeah. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports.